Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel here at commaik. For the pool conversion project, I'll be turning my old steel-walled pool into one made of formwork blocks. To do this, I already removed the steel wall last week. Now I also want to dismantle this curved section you see here, because this is where the water will be in the future. In order to dismantle this wall, I first have to take apart my deck. This WPC deck is suspended in the air, so it's a freestanding construction. If you want to see how I'm taking all this apart and what my pool will look like later, then stay tuned, we're about to get started. The deck on the east side of my pool is made of WPC decking boards. I've attached these to a substructure made of WPC plastic beams and large wood joists. I'm going to dismantle this deck now because this is where the new pool will go. Before I can dismantle the substructure under the pool, the decking boards on top must of course be removed first. And I'm taking you along for that now. All I need for this is a size 20 Torx bit and a cordless screwdriver. Of course, you can also do this by hand, but it's much easier with the cordless screwdriver. The decking clips can also be opened with the size 20 Torx. These clips are carefully placed on the supporting substructure and the boards are then clamped in securely on the sides. By screwing them down into the substructure, the boards are secured downwards. I've carefully dismantled the decking boards, and here you can now get a good look at my substructure. In the open area, I've installed some large 10 by 10 beams, these ones right here. On top of that, I've attached counterbattens, secured and leveled them, and to protect against moisture, I've also attached these WPC substructure joists. Basically, this construction is stable and it holds up. However, I also want to point out a few disadvantages, because these black joists are something I cannot recommend. I'm really very unhappy with them, because as you can see here, cracks have developed. While the cracks on the joists aren't that dramatic because the stability is still there, it looks completely different here in the open area. Here too I use these black joists, these BPC plastic joists. And here too you can clearly see the cracks forming. Wherever the screws are, this plastic has split open. Through these openings, water collected during the winter. This of course led to enormous damage during frost as the entire construction burst open. A shame. Basically, I'm very happy with my other deck, but here I have to say it was a bad purchase. Another reason why the pool has to be rebuilt. The outdoor area is also being completely redesigned. Under the deck construction is part of my technical area. As you can see here, I've housed my water pipes for the lawn irrigation and the pool. Some electrical conduits, or rather the empty conduits, also run underneath the construction. The water connection for the skimmer as well as the electrical connection for the light are also housed down here. To be able to dismantle this area, I'll first remove these joists and then I can take out the beams. To compensate and level the counterbattens, I used adjusting screws. They are countersunk in these large holes. With adjusting screws, you can set the wood to any height. However, it's not particularly stable sideways. which is why I attached these brackets to the side to make the wood stable. Over the years, this construction has proven itself, but now, during the dismantling, the disadvantages are becoming apparent. The adjusting screws are rusted, the heads are stripped. I'm having a lot of trouble just unscrewing them. As you can see here, it only comes out as a whole piece. And looking up here, nothing's moving anymore. I've already completely destroyed 3 bits and will now continue working with the angle grinder and cut the screws short this way. I don't see any other solution at the moment. Today is March 8th and the weather is going crazy. After the sun was shining brightly yesterday, today we had freezing temperatures and snowfall again. This really throws my schedule off. Nevertheless, I want to use the few dry hours to dismantle my water pipes. As you can see, I've attached the pipes to the beams with pipe clamps. Here and here. The pipes run all the way to my pool house down there. I'm going to open the clamps and lay the pipes on the ground for now. My goal is to stow, or rather run the pipes behind the new pool wall that will be built here. The pipes should be long enough for me to get around the corner back here. If necessary, an angle piece will be installed there. I also need to make provisions today to ensure that the connections for my outdoor kitchen, which will also be behind the pool wall, remain accessible. This area here is intended for that, where I plan to put an installation box later. So as you can see, there's a lot to do. I've removed the substructure of the terrace, and I think you can now see pretty well what the dimensions of the new pool will be. The new structure will be built on these side retaining walls. These will be the new outer walls of the pool, I'll have to relay my water pipes, as they're simply not long enough to run them around the corner of the new pool. They just don't reach. But that's no problem, because right behind the house, behind the wall of my pool house, there's a fitting, and I can easily attach a new pipe at that point. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of work to do here. I have to remove the water inlet from the skimmer to the pump, as well as the power cable that supplied the light. My little pump sump also needs to be closed up again. But those are tasks I'll do later, because now comes the really exciting part. This wall has to go, and as you can imagine, I'll need some heavy machinery for that, because a small hammer isn't going to get me very far here. I'll start knocking down the wall here at this transition point. Back then, I put in a liner as a precaution, and I'm hoping that will make the job a bit easier now. Because knocking it down, removing this wall, that's going to be a real mammoth task. But you won't see that in this video. I'll show you that in my next video for the project, converting a steel wall pool into a stone pool. If you don't want to miss the next video, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell. Then you won't miss any of my new videos. And I'm already looking forward to all your comments on this video. Until then, take care.